Hi guys, my name is Wale Gunjabi, and you're welcome to this edition of Reinvent Yourself podcast. And today I'll be sharing on how I transitioned from being a freelance graphics designer and web designer into a personal branding company. And thank you for tuning in today. It's one of my first podcasts, so you're just gonna take it like this. It's gonna get better and better as time goes on. If you like what you'll be hearing today, you can hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel because I'll be sharing a lot of valuable stuff that, of course, you can listen to. It can shape your mind and help you grow what you're building. So quickly, let us dive into some of the things I have. I'm definitely going to be mentioning about 7 points on the things you need to know on how you can transition from just being a graphics designer or a web designer into building a personal branding company. And I'm going to be speaking from experience. So I started out as a graphics designer. I think that was 2013 or thereabout. I started the journey designing with Microsoft PowerPoint. That was the first tool I learned. And then I moved to CorelDRAW. Remember CorelDRAW that has CorelDRAW 6, CorelDRAW 7, those days. And that was how I started my design journey. Ordinarily, I like, I'm a creative, so I like creating stuff. I loved, anything around creation. So that was why I learned graphics, early enough. And I mean, it helped me. Did quite, some design jobs here and there. And then I wanted to take it to the next level. So I learned web design. So, combining my design knowledge and skill, I was able to come up with beautiful websites for businesses, but of course I was still doing all of this freelancing, right? And it got to a point where you're not growing as a designer, whether it's graphics or web. The people you are designing for would just pay you about 5,000 naira, for instance, per design. So the question is, how many design do you want to deliver that will get you to a point where you can buy a car, or you can say you're a millionaire or stuff like that? So if you divide 1 million naira divided by 5,000 naira per design, how many designs do you want to do till you get to that level? And the truth is, there are so many creatives in this level where, they are talented. They have, what it takes. In fact, you see some of their designs, absolutely stunning designs. But one of the things I realized in my journey is that you cannot have that breakthrough you're trusting for just by being good as a designer. There are other things you need to know. And I'm going to mention a few of those things today. Hopefully, it will help you. And if I'm not able to cover everything, of course, you can always reach out to me via my website, waleogunjabi.com. Reach out to me via email. I'll definitely reply to you. The first thing I want to talk about for you to transition, someone that I've done great branding project with top HMIs in Nigeria and also in the United Kingdom. I'm going to share with you these 7 steps. You need a mind readiness and a mindset shift. That's the first thing you need to learn. The truth is, if your mind is not thinking about it or cannot envision it, then you cannot be it. That's the first thing you need to know. You need to make up your mind, first of all, that I want to launch out into the deep. I want to move from just being a graphics designer or whichever designer you are to being somebody that have a brand company or a company that can deliver branding to top companies or HNIs. If you cannot determine in your heart that that's the league you want to begin to play in, the truth is you can't even get there, because it is what you think. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So for you to build a company where clients are paying you in either in pounds or in US dollars, you need to first of all envision it. As a designer, have you seen yourself delivering top design projects for top brands? Have you seen yourself charging $5,000 just for a design project? If you cannot see it, then it cannot come to reality. It cannot become reality, because it is only what you can think about. That's what you begin to work on, and then eventually you become it. So I'm going to advise you, if you're listening to this podcast and you want to break forth to the big leagues of a brand strategist, a brand designer, then you must first of all sort it out with the way you think. And of course, I'm still going to buttress on some of the things you need to do to shaping your mindset so that you can be ready for it. Because if you are not ready for it mentally, then when it comes to reality, you cannot handle it. So the question is, if a company reached out to you that I want a corporate branding, for instance, for my new startup, are you comfortable charging up to $20,000 or pounds for a project? If you hear $20,000 and your heart is still beating, then you're not ready for it. Because if you're not ready for it, you're going to mess it up. You cannot give an invoice or a quotation or a proposal to a company that have raised $2 million, for instance, and they want you to handle their corporate branding, and then you are sending them a proposal with a budget of 150,000 naira. They won't take you seriously, because they have gone beyond that level, and they are looking for people that are at their level. So the question is, you need to prepare your mind for this. So the second point on how you can transition to building a personal branding company is that you also now need to begin to build your own personal brand. Because you cannot say you want to build someone else's brand when you have not built yours. So one of the things I did was to begin to work on my own personal brand, and some of the first clients I got was as a result of what they see, from my own personal brand. When I launched my personal brand and, I started posting it, doing some nice stuff around it, a few people saw it and all that. Wow, I like this. And is this something you do commercially? And I said, yes. And of course, that was, how I started. I got my very first clients from people that saw what I did for myself, and then they loved it, and then they wanted it. So the second step is you need to build your own personal brand. And how do you build your personal brand? Of course, I don't need to teach you all of this. Of course, you need to have something like a brand identity for yourself that make some of your content online stand out. You need to have maybe a portfolio or a personal website that shows some of the work you have done. You must invest in taking top-notch pictures, corporate pictures where you're just casual, things like that, to tell your brand story and all of that. That is another course on its own, so you can go and research and how to properly build a personal brand. But if you want to provide that services, you must look it, because if you don't look it, then people that needs it would not even come to you. So it's you properly positioning yourself for what you are looking for. And then number three is you need to now develop your craft. And if you feel like you are not good enough, to deliver top-notch designs or personal brand identity, or a well-built website that is friendly, retina ready, responsive, and all of that, then you can build a team. For me, I call that team, the team must be an A-list team. Team of specialists, people that knows their onions, whether it's design or it's website design, people that knows how all of these things work. You build those things. And for me, the strategy I use is I don't have them on full time. So every time I have a project, I assemble the team, but of course I always have them at arm's length. So I have people, that understand the basic, and then they have expertise in web design. I have people that have expertise in branding, design, and all of that. So what I do is bring them together and then to manage that project, coordinate it. I have the mental picture of what I want. I have what's on my mind, and then I coordinate them to be able to produce it. And that's how I build the team for every project that I have. Sometimes you can't do it alone, because some of these HNIs, they need urgent delivery because they need it for something. Either they are looking to quickly do a presentation or something, and then they need their profile to be well built online, and then they need it in like 2 weeks. Sometimes if you want to do the job alone because you want to make the money alone, you might not be able to deliver to time, and even the quality of your work might not be top notch. But sometimes having your ad hoc team that can jump on a project as soon as you have your projects, I think that would be another fantastic idea. But of course, you must build your craft, and then you must have a team, because if you are working with people that can pay you a personal branding of say $2,000 or £2,000 or £5,000, then these are people that will not take rubbish. It must be quality or nothing. So if your skills are not sharpened, you are not using crack software to design, or you must mean business. These are people that they don't joke. In fact, if you deliver something, they can arrest you because you are dealing with high net worth individuals. So you want to know your audience from the way you present your proposal to them, or you deliver the project you have done to them. It must just be excellent. These are a set of people that don't joke with excellence. You want to deliver a personal brand for a top, pastor, for instance, of a church. These are people that fly private jets and all of that. You can't afford, to deliver a shabby job. And don't forget that how it works is that when you deliver something amazing for a high net worth individual, what happens is their friend sees it, and then that's how you get your next project. So quickly, I want to talk about the next point. And the next point is, once you have developed your craft and then you have built an ad hoc team, the next thing is to begin to find high net worth individuals that can give you an audience, and then that you can offer your services to. That is the next step, because once you can think it and then you look like it, you have positioned yourself as somebody that is serious, somebody that has a sense of excellence out there and all of that. And then of course you have built your craft to a point where you can deliver or build your A-list team. The next thing is to find people that have the problem that you have a solution for. And don't forget the people that look like the kind of rewards you're looking for in terms of the fees and then the cost of what you want to deliver. And these people are actually high net worth individuals, because why I'm talking about high net worth individuals is personal branding is not for people that are still hungry. It's not for people that are still looking to pay rent, or people, usually they are CEOs, top executives, right? General overseers, people that in terms of the Maslow laws of hierarchy, or something like that, people that have gone beyond the physiological needs or all of that. This set of people are people that are looking for significance. They are looking at how they can make impact. So the money is not their problem. They just need people that can help them amplify what they do, some of their CSR projects and all of that. So you need to find these people, and there are lots of them. Bank CEOs, top tech founders, and all of that. Those are the kind of people that I work with, right? And the truth is, some of those people appreciate, personal branding. They appreciate it. Look for those people and then start by offering them free services. Now, sometimes it's hard for you to just, enter their circle, right? Especially when you want to build them high. You can't just walk to an HNI and bill the person $10,000 for personal branding. The person is going to look like, do I know you? How credible are you that will make me, drop that kind of money for the project you want to do? So one of the ways that I've used when I was starting out was to offer free services for HNIs. I remember the one of the very first people that I delivered for. In fact, I did a whole lot. I published the client on Wikipedia, did a lot of press release for the person, did personal branding, personal website, and all of that, and I did it completely free. And what I did after I did it completely free was to ask how much would the person pay for this kind of project. And then what I was hearing was really, really, amazing, up to about $10,000, for that kind of a project. But it was something that I delivered, free. But I can tell you that what that action of delivering that service for free have brought to my table, it's uncountable, and that's how it works. So learn to offer your very first, maybe your first 2 or 3 projects for HNIs. You could offer it for free and then tell them, to refer you or talk about others, and that's how you can build. Because of course, if you want to spend on marketing, also you spend, some money on it. So see that as your own marketing investment to what you're building. The next point is, after you have offered some of your services for free, the next thing is to showcase the work that you have delivered for those HNIs. One of the things I do is, when I want to showcase their work, because after I deliver the branding projects, the website and everything, I then come up with what I call launch posts. So I help them launch the personal branding, and sometimes I even do press releases around it. I collaborate with them on Instagram, for instance. So when I'm showcasing the beautiful work, is in collaboration with them. So what happened is, people on their timeline also see the work that, oh, this is the person that delivered the work, and then they come to me. Some of them follow me, some of them reach out to me via DMs. Oh, I like the work you did for this, professor something. Can you do the same? And I say, yeah, that's what I love to do. So that's another way to showcase what you do, promote your work, and then you get more clients by doing that. Easy peasy, like my son would say. The next point I want to mention is, after, of course, you should showcase some of your work and people are reaching out to you. Another thing you need to know is that you need to get your pricing right. You need to get your pricing right. One of the things I would say is, when it comes to personal branding, there is no fixed price. Your pricing depends on the person you're dealing with. And one of the things I advise some of my mentees or some people that I mentor is that when it comes to pricing, you need to do your research on the person that you're dealing with. You need to research them. The truth is, you cannot charge a billionaire, billionaire in, say, Naira, for instance, and the person reached out to you for a personal branding project, and then you are charging the person less than $1 million. They won't take you seriously, because what they are thinking is, I'm a billionaire, and how should I commit my personal branding project to someone that is charging me below $1 million Naira, for instance? So one of the things I advise them is research the pricing you want to deliver, and then build your pricing based on what you perceive they can afford, because you don't want to charge too high. You also don't want to charge too low, because of course you can't say you want to charge low because you are doing them a favor. No, you are not doing them a favor. You are actually shortchanging yourself. And also, you don't want to charge too high, because rich people also, they are not Father Christmas. They just don't want to spend. They want justification for every penny they spend. So you want to try to be in between based on the research you have done. So try to get your pricing right. The last but not the least point on how you can transition into just being a graphics and web design freelancer to building your own personal branding company is, at every point in time, at every level, you need to repeat this process all over again. So at some point, your customer base can be maybe less than £1,000 or $1,000, right? At every point in time, you need to upgrade. So when you want to upgrade to the level of tens of thousands of dollars, right, you also need to repeat the process, which means you need to look at it. Do I have the mindset for it? Am I ready for it? When you have that mindset shift, it's time to go for it. Then you also need to position your brand, in a way that you look like someone that can really charge, maybe $9,000 or $10,000 for a project. You need to look the part. Then, of course, you also need to develop your craft to that level where you can deliver quality, a $10,000, quality work. You can, of course, build your team around it. You cannot deliver it individually. Then, of course, find the people that can pay you that, showcase your work with them, ask them to collaborate in, promoting it, and then get your pricing right. Repeat that process again if you want to move to the level of $100,000, for instance, or pounds. Usually, these are big corporate organizations, and then on and on. And if you can repeat the processes diligently and then consistently build your brand, put your work out there, the sky is your starting point. I hope this tips and this point helps you. I'm going to be dropping more videos like this You can subscribe to this channel or visit my website if you want to speak with me directly, or you even want to work with me on some projects. If you want me to mentor you one-on-one, I'm actually running a program called Reinvent Yourself. You can go to my website and register to join my next cohort. Till I come your way again, my name is Wale Ujabi. Peace out.